There once lived a sage, not in a palace, not in a forest ashram, but in a small village, sitting quietly beneath a tree. His name was Raikva. He owned nothing. He dressed plainly, he pulled a simple cart through the village, and most who passed him by saw nothing but an old man with rough hands and silent eyes. But there was something about him, a stillness, a presence, as though the entire universe was resting quietly inside him. Far away, in a great kingdom, ruled a king named Janashruti. He had everything: wealth, power, honor. He built temples, fed the poor, and performed grand yajnas. But something in him remained unsettled. He would wake in the night and stare into the stars, feeling a strange emptiness, one that gold could not fill. One evening he overheard a group of birds speaking. One bird said to the other, "You praise Janashruti as though he is the wisest man on earth. But has he met Raikva, the cart driver?" The king was stunned. "Who is this Raikva?" He sent messengers, he sent guards, and soon they returned with news. "He is no priest, no scholar, he lives in dust, but they say his words pierce like lightning." Intrigued, and a little proud, the king rode out to meet Raikva. Bringing gifts of gold, cattle, and silken robes, he laid the gifts before the sage and said, "O Raikva, I have heard of your wisdom. Accept these offerings and teach me what you know." Raikva looked at him, looked at the gold, and said nothing. Then he spoke softly. "You bring wealth to me as though I am poor. But I possess something you do not: contentment." He turned his gaze away and said, "Go back. Come not as a king, but as a seeker." The king returned to his palace. Furious, confused, but not at peace. He began to question everything. Why do I seek knowledge? Is it for power? Or because I am truly ready to listen? He gave up his pride. And days later, he returned, barefoot, empty-handed, eyes lowered. Raikva smiled. This time, the king was ready. Raikva spoke of the Udgitha, the sacred sound Om, not just as a sound, but as the essence of all creation. He spoke of the air, the fire, the breath, and how everything in existence, when done with awareness, becomes sacred. He said, "A man who pulls a cart with the right understanding is closer to truth than a king who performs rituals without knowing why." Raikva lived his life like a prayer. He would become so immersed in service and meditation that he would forget food, forget sleep, not out of discipline, but out of devotion. He had merged purpose with presence, and in that, he found what the world was searching for. In our lives we often feel drained, tired, anxious. We think we need more rest, more breaks, more comfort. But sometimes, the exhaustion doesn't come from what we do. It comes from why we do it. Raikva reminds us, when you act for praise you burn out. When you act from ego, you become restless. But when you act from surrender, your work becomes your worship. Lesson: let your daily actions be filled with awareness. Let your job become your offering. Let your breath become your mantra. Because when purpose becomes devotion, fatigue disappears, and fulfillment begins. Om Tat Sat. Like, comment, and subscribe to Chitra Tales Devotional for more ancient stories that awaken the modern soul.